All right, we're here back in Titan Reforge playing with the Chinese players on Titan Reforge. Wow, it's Chinese version of World of Warcraft that's out right now. And we're in Serpent Shrine Cavern. I'm playing on my rogue, Simonize 2, who actually has more gear than my main rogue. Just kind of got lucky with some drops. It's only week 3, so it's kind of like, you know, get what you can get. I got Fang of Vashj, Biss main hand weapon. I got the shoulder pads of the Stranger. I got the super iconic looking Death Mantle helm. Look at that. We got Belt of Deep Shadow, Boots of Utter Darkness, Ring of Lethality. We've really gotten a lot of items on this character. Actually, on all my characters, I've gotten a lot of items. In fact, you know, in the first 2 weeks of the raids, I have lost 21,000 gold because I spent so much on items. So today, we're probably not spending nearly as much. Probably going to try to buy like 1 or 2 items on the cheap and hopefully walk out with a little more gold than we started.
I cannot allow you to interfere.
Alright, armor debuff is up. We did it. Kind of a scuffed opener. I didn't do that opener quite how I should have. Oh, we're stunned. Slice refresh. Tricks. Good. So we just put the expose up once at the start, and then we have a special talent that increases the active duration of an expose armor by 8 seconds every time I do a finishing move, which is frequently with this build. Subtlety Rogue compared to like regular Wrath of the Lich King is very different on Titan Reforged. Subtlety has a new finishing move called Death Mark. Hang on. I'm going to be better at explaining it if I explain it outside of trying to do it at the same time. Oh, boy. I kind of screwed up my Shadow Dance doing the phase transition right there and then getting a stun on me. Yeah, let me try to explain it after, not right now. Whoops. Meant to do a Garrote in that Vanish. Admittedly, not a very good performance by me there. You can look at boss damage only. We're a little higher ranked on boss damage only, but I was I didn't have my, like, there's a few things I should have done that I didn't do. Basically. Right, so Subtlety has a lot of changes. The main, like, big one is they have a new finishing move called Death Mark. You put a 5 combo point Death Mark on the target, it lasts 6 seconds, and then at the end of the Death Mark, it, like, adds up all the damage you dealt to the target and does 25% of that. So, effectively, it's like the target just takes 25% more damage while the debuff is up. That's basically it. But then also, when the Death Mark expires, it refreshes the duration of your active Rupture on the target. So I only had to cast Rupture once at the start, and then I was Death Marking often enough that it was just going to refresh the Rupture the whole time. Was Exposed Armor applied? Then it's fine. Yep, Exposed Armor was my very first global. When I'm assigned to Exposed Armor is my first finishing move. Put it up even before Slice and Dice, and then didn't have to think about it anymore because we have Serrated Blades. This is an old talent, but gains a new effect. Increase the duration of Exposed Armor every time you do a finishing move by 8 seconds. So it's just up there. It's good. There's another change to Subtlety. Another big change was Honor Among Thieves. In Wrath of the Lich King, it would search party-wide, like it only cared about critical strikes from party members. This ability is like whenever someone else in your group gets a critical strike, you get a combo point. In Wrath of Lich King, it only cared about players directly in your party, not the entire raid. In this version, it's the entire raid. So you no longer have to care about, like, switching groups around to be in a group with, like, classes that critical strike more often, because you just get raid-wide, which is very nice. So that's, like, our big stream of combo points. Why I could do so many finishing moves is because I was just getting free combos from that thing. I think this is the warrior messaging me. It says, can you do armor? And I said, yes, I will do armor, expose armor. And then it says, this is kind of thing. I'll call you daddy. I'm now daddy hat brother. Oh, look, we already got the lucky hat on. Last time we were here, it took a long time to fish up the lurker below. And then I switched to my, like, we were doing it for like 4 or 5 minutes. And then I switched to my lucky red hat. And it got spawned within like 5 seconds. That sounds like a promotion? Yeah, I would say so, yeah. I would say daddy hat brother. That's good. Probably a good thing. Fish it up in 3 casts at 350 skill. Yeah, I don't have fishing. Fishing is lame. I don't think I've leveled fishing ever. No, that's not true. Not never, but I almost never level fishing on my characters in Classic WoW. It's boring. I don't like it. Got the expose armor up. Whoopsies, that was a hemorrhage. It should have been an eviscerate there. I was already at max combos. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot more buttons to press with this subtlety build than, say, a, mutilate build. There's way more that you're juggling, that you're doing, that you're keeping track of. And it's a very difficult build to practice also, because that flow of combo points from Honor Among Thieves is super important for the build and how it plays, and you can't really replicate that outside of a raid. Unless you were able to get like a squad of, 20 people to hit a target dummy with you. So it's a difficult build to practice and get better at. So it's kind of a unique thing that you can't get the muscle memory of how you're doing your rotation. You can't really get that outside of just doing raids with it. You see, this time I would say I performed better this time. I feel like I was a lot more locked in, didn't make as many mistakes. I'm at the top of the damage meter. This is a very strong build done correctly. One thing I actually don't do very well with this build that I'm trying to work in is shadow stepping. Shadow steps a 20-second cooldown, 0 energy cost, and amps up the damage of my next ability by 20%. So I should be shadow stepping for ambushes, Garrotes, and 5-point eviscerates whenever shadow steps off cooldown, but I just forget. Titan Reforged is already on SSC. Yes, Balambaka. It's phase 2 for Titan Reforge. This is just phase 2 of Titan Reforge. They went Molten Core first, then Serpent Shrine SSC, and then it's going to be Nax Ramus after that. So it's not like normal classic raid order. It's its own like unique order, mix and match of a bunch of different, you know, whichever raid they feel like, basically. So if you're thinking of getting into this, it is only phase 2. There's 9 more phases of raids, so you're definitely not too late if you want to try Titan Reforge, which I would recommend. If you like Wrath of the Lich King and you like raiding, there's a lot of raiding to do and a lot of Wrath of the Lich King to do here. I would recommend it. Alright, we got some ads on the sides that we gotta take care of. They were just crowd controlled for that duration. Alright, next up, this group usually goes Morogrim Tidewalker. You can choose to go to Morogrim or Leotheras. You know, the next 3 bosses, you kind of like either start from the right side or start from the left side. And it's Morogrim, then Karathress, then Leotheras, or Leotheras, Karathress, Morogrim. But doesn't super duper matter which way you go. Stood so bad and you got knocked back? Dude, are you gonna get fined for that, Hitchens? Unlucky. Another raid, another Hitchens fine. Classic. Yep. Never actually got fined? Okay, okay. What's your budget for the legendary drop? Look. In the past 2 weeks, I've gone net loss of 21,000 gold. I'm not really trying to spend a lot of gold today. You know, we're gonna try to recoup a little bit of the gold that I've spent. You know, we'll put like minimum bid on stuff. If the legendary drops, maybe I will try to get that. We'll see. But, you know, we can't just go all in on everything, every raid, forever, if we don't buy gold. And I'm not a streamer who's buying gold, okay? Sometimes we have to not get insane stuff. Alright, so I'm targeting Morogrim so I can build up combo points on Morogrim with my Honor Among Thieves. And then this will allow me to do a pre-fight slice and dice, so I'll have like 20 seconds of slice and dice going, like, before the boss even starts, which is good. See, I've still got my Tricks of the Trade on the Death Knight. I assume the Death Knight is the boss tank, and then Paladin will be ad tank. What if you buy gold from viewers? I'm not going to do that. Are you able to write off buying gold on your taxes? I don't know. All right, here we go. It's Morogrim time. I'm going to lock in, try to do really well here. Got to do a couple things. We got to put out Tricks of the Trade. And then right before the fight starts, we got to pre-fight slice and dice. Do this, this, this. Nice. We're out of energy now. That's kind of awkward. Good opener, I think. step the Eviscerate. That was something I was saying I was trying to work into my rotation a little bit more. Slice, refresh. Good. Almost dance time. Shadow dance, pretty good. Whoops, wrong button. I pressed a shiv. Man, I'm trying to hit these Vanish Garrots, but something's pulling me out of stealth before I can do the Garrot. I wonder if I can macro Vanish and Garrot together, if that works as a single button. Step Eviscerate. Nice. Alright, let's be honest. A lot of these classes that are ahead of me, they might be hitting a lot of damage into the ads, okay? Death Details shows total damage, right? By default. Dance time. I think I stepped right as he turned around to do something else, and then I ended up on the other side of the boss. We'll check the boss-only damage in a moment after the fight. Copium, says Oraim. We'll see. We'll see, bro. Sub-Rogue is goated, okay? It's very strong. And I think I'm doing well. I haven't made... Like, I missed some Vanish Garrots. But I think mostly we're doing good. Okay, that was a mistake. Oh, he's dead. Alright, what do we get? Oh, there's a bunch of ads over here still. Okay, hold on. Pendant of the Lost Ages, Barnacle thing, Mantle, Boots of Blasting. Alright, loot sucks. Let's check out the damage output. That's what matters. Fight, Morogrim, enemy damage taken. This is the wrong fight. Morogrim. On top of the meter. Yes.
Power cord that and got immediately tuned. That was great.
Next boss is the only boss we're going to use Blade Flurry build for. So this is a different version of Subtlety. We're not taking Shadow Dance, and instead we're investing 21 points down to combat. So we can pick up Blade Flurry. And then we have Preparation Glyph, so Prep resets the cooldown of my Blade Flurry. And we're going to double Blade Flurry. And Flesh Shaper should be Fang of Vashj over here. Make sure my macro is set correctly. This is Weapon K. Flesh Shaper... Fang of Vashj. Flesh Shaper, Fang of Vashj. Nope, it doesn't let me change that in combat. Alright, we're gonna have to do that. Make sure we get that done before the boss starts. Okay, so this is deadly, so we want instant on the Spellblade. This is gonna be a big Fan of Knives fight. We're gonna spam Fan of Knives a whole bunch. So we want the Titan Steel Spellblade for doing a bunch of Fan of Knivesing. Let's go back to the macro. Flesh Shaper. Fang of Vashj. Fang of Vashj. Save. Does this swap work correctly? Yes, that's what I want to have happening. And then we have a slightly different gear set for this because I have a 5% hit talent in this build that I don't have in the other build, so I don't need as much hit chance on my gear. So I can swap in some pieces that have less hit on them. Oh, pull timer is out. Gonna set focus. Oh, I didn't get my pre-combat slice and dice. Okay, well, we're getting some points right now anyways. It's good enough. Alright, sprint. Step back to the ground so I can keep hitting. I shouldn't have changed targets there. Lost my Honor Among Thieves points, basically. Alright, we're going back over to the boss. Fathom Lord. Expose Armor. Now we're kind of on a single target rotation. We're not going to be spamming Fan of Knives anymore. So Expose Armor is up, Rupture is up. We're going to switch back to our regular weapons, which I did. No more Titan Steel Spellblade. Just trade that. Deathmark is up. Just in time to refresh this Rupture. If I was like a half second later, that would have been a recast of a Rupture. I burned the Shadow Step for direct damage, and I shouldn't have, because this is one where this is a fight where you need it for mobility. You can use it to get out of those tornadoes, and I think that's way more valuable. Good. Alright, this one, we're not as good as the AoE classes here, but we're better than if we were a single target build. Conqueror Legs. Okay, not bad. It was 238,000 Blade Flurry, a lot of Fan of Knives, a lot of melee. Pretty good. Back to single target Subtlety for the rest of the night. Tornadoes do suck, that is true. Donor Metallic with a change hat request. I got you. Now, next boss, believe it or not, this is where Thunder Fury drops. Thunder Fury is no longer like binding from Gar, binding from Geddon, like it is in vanilla. It is a drop off of Leotheras. You get like a quest starter item, and then you got to do a little quest where you charge up the blade. to get Thunder Fury. I've heard Thunder Fury, like, in a lot of raids, like, actually isn't going very expensive, like some of the other legendaries have. Like, it's generally a lower costed legendary. So, let's see, stream prediction. Oh, they're doing some bids. Okay. Sextant, don't need it. Earring of Soulful Meditation, don't need it. Oh, prediction is up right now. Will Thunder Fury drop? Yes, no. Get your channel points in right now if you want to predict on that. Is it Leotheras the Blind? Are there any legendary rogue daggers? Yes and no. You know, there's no legendary rogue daggers in the first 3 expansions, which is what this game is based on. However, you know, they announced that they will add a legendary dagger at some point in one of the future phases. Not this phase. They didn't say exactly when. They didn't say, you know, what stats it'll have. Dang, this Sextant is up to 11,000 gold. It's a very good caster trinket. So there will be a legendary dagger at some point. It's unclear exactly what the stats on it will be, but it's presumably it will be a rogue-oriented item. But we will have to wait and see. So for this one, they kill the 3 guys, and then they pull Leotheras back into this room to fight him. So we're not really going to pop any cooldowns or anything like that on these guys. We're going to try to have a good, clean opener on Leotheras. I don't know if it'd be kind of grief, but we could also not hit these guys to try to not trigger our items, our trinkets that are now going to be on cooldown. Expose armor is up. Oh, they got over here too quickly. I didn't keep up. No, that was someone else whirlwinding. I hit my evasion to avoid the boss's whirlwind, but one of the problems for me with this boss is I can't really see what's going on, like, at all. Alright, we hit evasion now. Got the Garrote up mid-fight. That was good. We're messing that up before. This one, we now have to be away from the tank. I'm vanishing. I had threat for some reason. Cloak of Shadows. Alright. Gonna get another dance soon. Let's go dance time. Good. Tricks the trade. This one, with all the movement, it's like really hard to have a clean fight on this guy. I definitely lagged behind too much on the movement in the initial positioning. Lost a bit of attack time. Phase transition. Okay. Ending Gamba. Yep. End Gamba. It's about to be dead. About to get a Thunder Fury here. For sure dropping this time. Definitely 7th time the charm. Alright. Thunder Fury. Thunder Fury. Currency. Thunder Fury. We got Titanic Ember. What do we get? Yikes. Rip. Alright, it is now time for Lady Vashj. We did get a good item, though. Oh, there's a second Conqueror leg. 2 Conqueror legs? Maybe I can get one of them on the cheap. We got the Fang of the Leviathan, another really good caster item. That caster trinket went for a huge amount of gold. Maybe the Fang will go for a huge amount of gold, too. Warrior trying to hit Kael'thas with Whirlwind. Oh, yeah. Do you see the Blade Flurry? What is it called? Blade Storm. That's Warrior's Blade Storm. Is very good. Warrior Blade Storm. When you use Blade Storm, it makes your weapon enormous. And they made Arms Warrior not completely terrible in this version also. They gave Arms Warrior some buffs. I'm not too clear on the specifics other than the fact that Blade Storm makes your weapon big. What is this guy saying? Did we screw up the armor? I don't think I screwed up the armor. I mean, I put it on at the start, and then it should usually just stay on the whole time. I don't know what they're talking about. I'm about to find out by putting it in the translator. Seems like it bugged out. It's normal for me. Very dark. What does this say? I'm just afraid that I got an important job. I don't want to fuck it up. So whenever I'm just constantly worried, like, are they saying that I did my job bad? No, they're totally not talking about that. Armor was up the entire time? Yeah, okay. Do they got a cap on its size? Swear it grew bigger. Well, people figured out a few things, like, if you use the Furbog costume and then do Blade Storm, it's, like, way bigger. It, like, scales it up even bigger, or, like, use certain size changing effects, it makes the Blade Storm even bigger. And then they know certain weapon transmogs appear much larger than other weapon transmogs. So, like, a very popular one you see is that polearm with the big, like, red fiery blade. That's one that is very large. And people just think it's hilarious, and I think it's hilarious too, and I think it's great. Hitchens asks, is it true that Gen Alpha still haven't killed Vashj because they don't know analog clock faces? Yeah. You always have to get carried by millennials who actually know what clock faces look like. They need to bring this to NA. I wish we had this in NA. But for now, we have to do a bit of extra work, and we can play with the Chinese folks. Two streamers, the Warriors, okay. How does Thunder Fury work on Titan? What about the element? You don't need Elementium bars for it. You get a drop from Leotheras, and then you have to find an NPC that helps you with Thunder Fury. It was a bit of a mystery before everyone figured it out, like what NPC you were supposed to talk to. Talk to this guy, he tells you about Thunder Fury. Then the next step is kind of cool. You have to go to either Void Reaver in Tempest Keep or Lady Vashj right here. And you have to get hit by a lightning ability from those bosses 10 times to charge up Thunder Fury. And only after you do that, you can turn it in and get the completed Thunder Fury. Gonna phase transition soon. There it goes. Yeet. Okay. Lightning the whole raid. Okay, so now the next phase is kind of boring. We just kind of sit around here and wait for an elite mob to
just hang
show
out in the
up.
middle.
Sorry, what?
If I'm not assigned to do anything, do I just hang out in the middle?
I would
What should I
assume
do?
so. I was not assigned to do anything. I'm
Okay.
hanging out in the middle trying to kill some Coilfang elites.
Alright, cool. Thank you.
Emma Bacchus says, why your mods don't let me give you a challenge? I don't know. I don't know about receiving challenges. I don't know anything about that. I'm trying to do my raid right now, though. So, you know, I have no idea what you mean by a challenge or what kind of stuff you were thinking about. His first message got auto-modded. Oh. Yeah, I don't know about that. There we go. Coilfang dude is dead. Gotta make sure none of these elementals make it to Vashj. If they get to Vashj, she gets a permanent damage buff for the rest of the fight. That pretty much never happens. We're just kind of vibing. They're trying to deactivate the shield generators, and they have to wait for a special elemental to spawn that drops an item that lets you deactivate one shield generator. So we have to wait for 4 of those to spawn while we just, like, kill the ad waves, basically. Oh, shit. They get it? Yeah, okay, they got it. This poison ability that hit me indicated to me that one of the special elementals was spawned. And when that happens, you have to kill it very quickly, because if you don't kill it quickly, it just despawns, and you have to wait for the next one, and you don't get the special item to deactivate the shield generator. How easy is this compared to pre-nerf T5 from TBCC? It's a completely different game. It's like apples and oranges. I mean, it's definitely easier. I mean, this isn't a game that's trying to be hard, like pre-nerf Vashj was trying to be hard. But, I mean, you're playing a completely different game, so... You know, like, your characters are different. You're level 80. You got all these wacky things. Like, it's definitely easier. You want to give me 100 subs to rap battle in Discord? I'm definitely not going to do that right now. Because I'm in the... that's a very generous offer, but not right now, and I'm in the middle of a raid. Probably not today. I don't usually do things where it's like, viewer offers me a bunch of money to basically decide what happens on the stream next. I appreciate the offer, but... Wait, why is she... Oh, there's one more beam. I see, okay. You want to know your opinion? You think it's time to sell ores and primals, or better hold them till in TBC for Kara release? I don't know. I haven't been paying attention much to the primals market. or ores, because I haven't been farming any of those, so like I haven't really been clued in on that. Check my YouTube. That's my job. Oh, you're like going around to a lot of streamers to give them like challenges and, you know, sub donations to do funny stuff. That's very cool. I watch videos like that on YouTube sometimes, but it's probably not really my style to participate in something like that. But I appreciate the offer. I'm gonna get feared, I think. Oh, boss is up. Shit. Okay. We gotta go over here. Gotta expose armor. We got to rupture, tricks of the trade, dance, Garrote, death mark. God, I got rooted. Moving around like crazy. Okay. Hang on. Hang on. We can manage this. Just gotta get things a little more under control. Tricks of the trade. Vanish Garrote. I burned my Cloak of Shadows, so if I get Static Shock now, I think I have to run out. Oh, that's poison. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. We gotta move. Can I go back there? Okay, I could go back here. I think that's attacking from behind. Boss is close to dead. Jeez, I'm getting poisoned, I think. Rooted again. No, she's moving and I'm rooted. I'm screwed. Cloak. What is going on with this boss's move? Oh my god, I'm dead to poison. Oh, I'm not dead to poison somehow. Somehow I'm not dead to poison. Let me go here. Okay, okay, okay. How has the boss been alive at like 2% for so long? Okay, it's dead now. Ooh, it's dead now. Ooh, okay. Double Conqueror Helm. We already have Conqueror Helm. Kraken Heart Breastplate. Hit Armor Pen. Vestments of the Sea Witch. Coral Band of the Revived. Nether Vortex. Okay. Nice. Gloves the Protector, Protector, Protector. There was a Conqueror Leg I would go for. No belt. We don't want the 100 deaths belt. We go for a belt of Deep Shadow crafted one. The 100 deaths belt has expertise, and it's like we get too much expertise on the gear in this phase, so we can't afford another expertise item on the belt. It's better to go with the crafted Deep Shadow. Emma Bacchus says, enjoy the stream, friends. I will look for someone else. Yeah. I appreciate the offer, but it is just not quite my style, I would say. Conqueror Legs, 1K. All right, 1K. Wait, literal minimum bid. Tier items, week 3. Who's got the items? Who's got the stuff? Let's see. Who's getting this person? See if I can find that person's name. Is it this? Has received loot. 1, 2, 3. Is this character? I think I have to just look at the pictures and match the pictures. I think it's this person for loot. Wait, no, it's this person. They have a mark on them. It's probably that, but they're probably not making the tank handle loot. Let's see. Trade? Yeah, okay, cool. 1, 0, 0, 0. 1,000 for conch legs. Good stuff. So that'll get us a second piece of Death Mantle. Replace our Night Slayer legs. And they're finishing bidding out some of the stuff from here. Vestments of the Sea Witch up to 4.6. Fang of the Leviathan at 2k right now. I expected that item to go much higher, honestly, considering the cost of the other caster items, but it looks like it's going to go pretty cheap. 2.2! Last second bid up to 2.2. It was a Warlock for just a moment before the Mage outbid him again. Vestments of the Sea Witch at 8,000. That is going pretty expensive. Boots of the Shifting Nightmare, Spell Power, Haste. Set Trippa, please stop bothering Emma. Personally, I believe what Emma was saying, and also, whether it's real or not, I'm not doing it, and I don't really care. So just let Emma go on her way or whatever, and do her thing or not do her thing, please. Oh, the Boots of Effortless Striking. Well, I think we are suited up with Boots of Utter Darkness as a leather worker. Oh, Warrior wants them. Okay. Is there armor penetration on this version of WoW? Yes, armor penetration rating. So the way that works is you get some armor penetration rating and it reduces enemy armor by a percentage. So that's the same way it works in like regular Wrath of Lich King. That system works the same way. Leather item, of course, warriors want them. I think for like non-leather worker rogues, you do want to get Boots of Effortless Striking. But these Boots of Utter Darkness, they're leather working only. You have to be a leather worker to craft them. And I've got them already, so I don't need a different boot. So this raid group is also really efficient. While they're doing the bidding for the Serpent Shrine Cavern items, you saw a couple of warlocks join the group. They started summoning people to Tempest Keep. And that druid just got summoned to Tempest Keep, and we're just gonna get summoned directly to Tempest Keep, basically. Their armor class bonus in Titanforge, wearing full plate or mail, I don't believe so. I think that's something that got added initially in Cataclysm, and to my knowledge, it does not exist in Titan Reforge. This set for Subtlety Rogue. Yeah, that's posted up on my Discord. Simon Eyes Show Discord. You go to the very top. You go, read here first, start channel. Then you pick Titan Reforge version. Then you pick Rogue Bistless. Then Phase 2 Subtlety. Boom. Alright, what do we got here? Boots of Blasting and Monsoon Belt. Nether Vortex. Got Summon. There we go. Getting Summon now. Okay, good. Okay, we need to renew poisons. Let's go instant poison offhand. Deadly poison main hand. New flask, new food buff. Perfect. Alright, so we got one item. Conqueror legs. Happy with that. Got it cheap, too. You know, at this rate, we might still, you know, if nothing else super big drops, we might still make it out of here with more gold than we went in with. We'll see. Also, you know, if a bunch of stuff drops and we can get it cheap and, like, you know, that's fine. We could do that. We don't have to, we're not, like, refusing to buy anything. We're just kind of, like, not bidding beyond minimum on anything. That's the system. Love is in the air active on these servers. Yeah, you're able to do, like, a special boss in Shadowfang Keep. Which is where I got the Sweet Perfume Brooch. Crit, attack power, armor pen. It was a little better than my Pendant of the Outcast hero. Stack up on buff items. Oh, I didn't know there even were buff items. I was not paying attention to that. I just got myself the necklace. And I was like, alright, that necklace, log off. Alright, we're moving along. Fix the trade at the Death Knight. Step up to get to the mobs. Armor pens scale linearly, or does it get better with more? I'm gonna have to refer you to the YouTube guide video on how armor pen works. You could search Simonize Armor Penetration Wrath of the Lich King, and there's a nice 15-minute video that explains everything about how armor penetration works. And to my knowledge, it works the same way on Titan Reforge as it does on Wrath of the Lich King. I don't remember all of the specifics, and whatever, just check the video would be a better way to get an answer of that, because I'm trying to pay attention to my raid right now. And that is too complicated of a thing for me to explain. That's a good question to ask me while I'm sitting around in a town doing nothing. Or solo questing or something. My name's Simonez, and welcome to another Simonez Guide video. Today, That's how armor penetration works. There you go. Got the link for you in chat. Double knockback from the Phoenix Hawk. Here we want to be very careful to not accidentally pull the boss early. It'd be very bad if we accidentally pulled the boss early. Is this a boss pull timer? 10 seconds? Wait, for real? Okay. Wait, no, the pull timer seems to have been canceled. Alright, 19, 18, 17, 15. I have no combo points on the boss, unfortunately. Expose armor is up. Wait for the tank to go first. Death mark. Sometimes the tanks will do a thing where they leapfrog positions because there's 2 tanks. Yeah, this tank's doing it this time. Okay, this is good for me. Whoopsies, I did not mean to press that button. Okay, hang on. I kind of fumbled it. They didn't leapfrog last time. But if they're leapfrogging and I know they're gonna do it, I can just jump off the platform and use Shadow Step to get back up to Alar, and I can get back on Alar faster than if I walk around like I did there. See, here. Okay, the tank's going ahead. Maybe I'll be able to do it this time. There. Just like that, and I get onto the boss faster. I need to have a sprint, usually, to make that jump good. We kill it? No! God, we need like a little more damage and we can kill it before it does this transition, which is super lame transition because it's very far away. Alright, boss is dead. Going into the next part. So we want to stay out of the middle. It's going to spawn in the middle and knock everyone away. Don't want to be on top of it when it does that. But then right after that, we do want to be on it. Oh, I'm in the fire. I didn't see that. I was focused on my shadow dance. Oh, air. Up in the air. Run away. Run away. Don't get yeeted. Oh, I'm far enough away. Okay, we're fine. Yo! Okay, that was not supposed to happen. There's a small ad dying next to the boss. Causing that extra knockback. Nope, into the air. God damn it. Too much movement and it's kind of screwing me up. Okay. Really hard to see where the fire is. I feel like everything is like yellow, orange, and pink. Phase again. We'll be able to Shadow Dance when it comes down. Let's stay away for now. Now we go in. It's dead. Alright, that was, I would say, a bit mediocre for me. I think, you know, doing better on that one largely comes down to, you know, making sure your tanks are leapfrogging the boss positions in Phase 1 so that you can then use a sprint nitro boost. Then you also have to save a sprint or nitro boost to jump off the platform and shadow step to it to get right back onto the boss. And I didn't have sprints or nitro boost up for all of them. And the first one, they didn't leapfrog, then the other ones, they did. What I mean by leapfrogging is the boss moves from all these different positions. And what you want to do is have one tank on the boss, and you want to have the second tank already in position to pick it up at the next location it's going to move to. That's leapfrogging. So the non-active tank is just moving forward to the next position, rather than beginning to move once the boss starts moving. If the tanks begin to move once the boss starts moving, the problem with that is, you know, it will take them some time to get there, and you can't go super fast. Because if you get to the boss before the tank does, the boss just kills you, right? So my ability to, like, sprint, jump, shadow step to the boss doesn't really matter if there isn't already a tank on it. And the only way the tank's, you know, beating that time is if they're pre-positioning, leapfrogging, like I said. So you want to have that happen, and they did do that most of the time. They just didn't do it one time, and then I was like trying to figure out if they're going to do it mid-fight and whatever. And then I didn't have sprints or nitro boost available for all of them to make my jumps good. So a bit of things that I can improve on that one. Next one, though, is Void Reaver. Void Reaver is great. It is a stand there and hit the boss and do your rotation type of boss. Go out for dinner. Good luck with the second dagger drop. Zhaoji, thank you very much for the good luck wishes. Hope you have a great dinner. Yeah, we're looking for one more dagger. We're looking for Heart Razor. Not off of this guy, but off the boss right after it. We're off of High Astromancer Solarian, the boss after Void Reaver. We want a Heart Razor. Vambraces of Ending Bracer would also be good. That's from Solarian too. Warp Spring Coil off of Void Reaver would be good, and Conqueror's Breastplate from Kael'thas would also be very good. Warp Spring Coil even dropped in this version. Yeah, it's severely buffed, like most items. We would, let's see. Like the armor penetration buff, like it's the same like proc armor penetration thing, but then it also has 3 sockets, a bunch of attack power and hit chance, I think, or maybe just attack power, and then also reduces the energy cost of your kick ability. So that's nice. Easy Gamba. Okay, Gamba is up for Warp Spring Coil. This boss will take us about 4 minutes to kill, so you have plenty of time to get your points in for the Warp Spring Coil. 3 sockets in a trinket. Yep. They like revamped all the class trinkets in, you know, Tempest Keep and Serpentine, and they're all, to my knowledge, they're all pretty good. Most of them, I think, are best in slot for their classes. And we're also the only route, which means no one will contest us on the Warp Spring Coil. The Death Knight, I got the Death Knight one on my Death Knight. I got it week 1. I was so excited about that. The Death Knight one makes your Army of the Dead, instead of summon zombies, it summons Murlocs. And it does a little bit more damage. But obviously the important thing is the graphical change of zombies to Murlocs being awesome. Alright, Tricks of the Trade. No, where's he going? Fuck. Uh-oh. We got Arcane Bomb on the group. That's not supposed to happen. I don't have sprint on my Shadow Dance bar. Big L. Should have sprinted there to catch up with him when he was moving, but I was mid Shadow Dance and the Shadow Dance bar is incomplete. Step Eviscerate. Holding this tricks for just a second. We're gonna line it up with the Shadow Dance. Step Eviscerate. Vanish Garrote. That's a prep Vanish Garrote, so that's the last one we're doing. Good, good, good. So far, so good, I would say. Kind of owning. Shadow Dancing. Not a whole lot of energy for that Shadow Dance. Maybe I could have pooled energy a little better before that dance. Okay. One more dance. We got a Vanish up. Vanish Ambush. Not going to be able to do another Garrote. Usually you do Vanish for Garrotes, but the fight's almost over. Nice! Say that's a strong performance. Close. Whoopsies, that's the wrong copy-paste. Prediction, choose outcome. Let's see, what dropped? Oh, that guy got salvaged insta. Pauldrons of the Vanquisher, Protector, Fellsteel Warhelm, Girdle of Zeatar, Nether Vortex. No Warp Spring Coil. That's a Nopers on the Warp Spring Coil, unfortunately. Finisher's Refreshing Exposed. That's so nice. Yes. This is one of the custom changes to Subtlety on Titan Reforged. The Serrated Blades talent still does what it used to do with the like rupture damage and armor ignore. It also causes your damaging finishing moves have a 100% chance to extend exposed armor on a non-player target by 8 seconds. So I just put exposed armor up once at the start and then I basically forget about it because I'm doing a damaging finishing move more than once every 8 seconds. So it's just going to be maintained perpetually. Heart Razor. Yeah, Heart Razor next. That's the big drop off of the next boss. There are 2 good drops off of the next boss. Heart Razor or Vambrace's Vending. But the one we care more about is Heart Razor. The Giga Dagger. Prep says I just got Blade Fist on your Enhanced Shaman. Huge 3% damage. Oh, this is like epic fist weapon in Shattered Halls, right? With the haste proc, and it looks super cool. I know the Blade Fist item. Oh, congratulations, Prop. That's a big item. Emma says, you sure about the rap battle? I only need one more WoW streamer for my YouTube video. We'll give you 100 subs before we start. That's a lot of money, but I'm doing this right now. I don't want to do that. I appreciate the offer, but that's like completely out of my comfort zone. Not something I'm really interested in doing. And I'm involved in this activity right now that I don't want to disrupt. I'm mind controlled. Okay, I am still mind controlled. I'm not mind controlled. Okay. Sometimes when you get mind controlled, you get killed really fast. Alright, I'm targeting the boss now, building up my combo points. Yeah, I appreciate what you're doing. I'm not offended or mad, but it's not for me, Emma. Not for me. Alright, we're looking for a Heart Raiser, okay? Heart Raiser. We going Paladin tank? Yeah, no? Okay. Oh, Tsunami Talisman. Oh, this guy got in guild. He got Tsunami Talisman. Nice. Alright, we gotta lock in. Should we beat Tricks of the Trading, the Death Knight? Yeah, fuck it. I'm Tricks of the Trading, the Death Knight. I'm stunned. Oh my god. Oh, the boss is spinning and I can't ambush. Oh my god, this is a disaster. Disastrous opening. I was not sure if I should Tricks of the Trade the Death Knight, and then I was like, kind of shook my focus for the start of it. This boss does just spin around. It's not like the tank's fault or anything. This is just naturally what the boss does, and it's very difficult if you have to deal with, positional abilities where you have to attack from behind. One of these 3 light beams is going to have the boss. I'm going to bet this one. Nope. We establish this, and Tricks of the Trade, and we'll dance, and we'll Deathmark, and we'll Garrote, and we'll do this. that guy's got the debuff. Gotta get away. Come on, Heart Raiser. Show me the Heart Raiser. Please, a Heart Raiser. We got only one Vanish phase, maybe. If we pump a lot of damage, we could get only one Vanish phase. Nope, second Vanish phase. Rip.
You are hopelessly outmatched.
Almost. We have a Slice and Dice. Dance is up. Boss is up. Damn. That was, I would say, bad execution on my part. There's like too many things that I just didn't really get the button sequences right on. And for a boss like that, it's kind of hard for me to get everything right on Subtlety because it spins around. I have to like be aware if I can ambush. It moves around, it despawns, it respawns. It does a lot of stuff that is difficult to manage playing Subtlety Rogue. And we unfortunately did not get a Heart Raiser. This is a Mantle of the Elven Kings, Star Strider Boots, World Storm Gauntlets, Void Star Talisman. Rip. Choose outcome. Will Heart Raiser drop? Nope. Okay, so the last thing that we want is we want a Conqueror chest off of Kael'thas. That would be super great. Emma Bacchus, I think the chat is mad at you because I declined you multiple times and you kind of like kept insisting. So maybe they found that rude. Yeah, well, whatever. We move on. Oh, that's a lot of stuff. I'm gonna not go into that mess of mobs. All doing whirlwinds and arcane flurries and nonsense. Veil drop Conqueror chest. Okay, predictions up for Conqueror chest. This would be a pretty good item for me. Conqueror chest, replacing Night Slayer chest. Pretty big deal. Pretty big deal. You could also see a Ashes of Alar mount. Veil drop Conqueror chest. I meant Kael. Don't worry. No one in Twitch chat noticed until you said so. Okay, trust me. Don't worry about it. Kael'thas the Corrupt. Just so no one tries to get me on a technicality. I get that we're not killing Veil. Veil is not going to drop any Conqueror chest. This prediction is referring to Kael'thas, not Veilthas. Okay, so don't try to get me on a technicality when I, you know, predict and have it say yes when the Conqueror chest drops.
A pity you are too late to stop it. No one can stop me now. Salama Ashalanore. Let us see how your nerves hold up against the Darkener, Thaladred. Prepare yourselves!
We don't actually want to be in melee range of this one. It's just danger.
You have persevered against some of my
But we do
perseverances.
want to
Stand the might
put exposed armor on them.
Behold, Lord Sanguinar.
I'm not gonna use my human racial there. There we go. Exposed armor up. This one we can actually hit. This one is not very scary. It has no, like, insta-gib melee type of mechanic. Next one is so scary for melee, we're not even gonna put an armor debuff on it. That's just not happening. Your bosses have armor in Titan Reforge? Yeah, they do. Slice and dice before it dies. This one, we have to wait till it gets in position before we start meleeing it. Because it throws these bombs that, it will basically one-shot me. Hitting. Okay, now we're good.
As you see, I have many weapons in my
Okay, now the weapons phase is the best part. Because we get to pick up a bunch of giga-powerful weapons. So once we defeat these, like, magically animated weapons, we can pick them up, and they're legendary, and they're super duper powerful. And we're gonna pick the dagger and the sword. Dagger main hand, sword off hand. Pump. Pump, 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 pump. Big damn. Alright, we want Warp Slicer. Oopsies. And we want the Infinity... Nope, not that thing. Infinity Blade. There we go. Okay, now we gotta get them equipped. 1. And... Oopsies. 2. And then we go Deadly in the main hand. And... Instant in the offhand. And now this dagger has a special... The sword just makes me do more damage, but the dagger has a special property. It makes it so when I use an ability on a hostile target, it dispels mind control. So the boss is going to sometimes mind control my teammates, and then I need to go to them and I need to hemorrhage them with the dagger in my main hand. Hemorrhage is one of my abilities. And it will remove the mind control. And this is what we want to have happen. We want the mind control to not be on the not be on our teammates. Armor debuff up on both of those dudes. Big chillin'. What are the stats on the bow? Okay, I have a second to look at it. 267 DPS, 51 agility, 51 stamina, 51 crit, 34 haste, ranged, and a bunch of text that I'm not reading right now. Physical damage taken by the target increased by 5%. I like that part, though. Big slice and dice right before this target dies.
Alas, sometimes
It's my job to dispel players that are mind controlled in melee. There haven't been any of those yet. There we go. Got her. There's a one. There were some that were mind controlled in range. Oh, wait. We can't be on the Phoenix when it dies. It'll yeet everybody. We can go on the egg. Good. No more mind controls to worry about. We're progressing into the final phase of the fight. This is like a, let me think, single advisor phase, then weapon phase, then all the advisor phase, then phase 1 of Kael'thas, then phase... This is a 5-phase fight. It's too many phases. Oh, I didn't rupture him. Okay, I have to go in and rupture him. And then I can maintain the rupture via spamming death marks. No, okay, I cannot. I screwed it up. Theoretically, I could maintain the rupture via death marks. Maybe if he does another one of these stupid phases, I'll be able to do that. Oh, out of that fire ability. No more death marks. He's about to get roasted. He is dead. Any ashes of Alar, perhaps? Rod of the Sun King. Conqueror chest. Let's go. Verdant Sphere. Sunhawk leggings. Alright, those are all good things. Chest Guard of the Conqueror. Verdant Sphere. Nice. What is this that you get combo points on your target? It is the thing that's giving me the most combo points is this thing. Honor Among Thieves. Whenever anyone in your party or raid critically strikes with a damage or healing spell or ability, you get a combo point. Are we going above minimum bid on the Conqueror? Yeah, we're going above minimum bid on the Conqueror chest. Let's go. 13. Okay, how about 15? I'm gonna lose money again. Fuck. Alright, now I'm out. I'm out, let him have it. Let him have it. As much as I would like to get a Conqueror chest, we need... we can't keep spending insane amounts of gold every single week. We have to dial it back a little bit. We'll try for that Verdant Sphere. Gets us a pretty good necklace. What raid is next? Something from Wrath. The next one is Naxxramas, which, you know, depending what you think about Naxxramas, that's either a vanilla raid or a Wrath of the Lich King raid. The phases are like this. We're in phase 2 with Tempest Keep, Serpent Shrine, and Burning Crusade world bosses. Next is going to be Naxxramas, Eye of Eternity, Obsidian Sanctum. So that's probably like the Wrath one, because it's paired with the other Wrath raids. Phase 4, Zul'Gurub and Trial of the Crusader. And then Phase 5, Sunwell, Zul-Aman, Ulduar 6, Verdant Sphere, minimum bid. Okay, what's this Rod of the Sun King gonna go up to? We got a Paladin and a Death Knight bidding on it. Diorwyn going 1100 on the Verdant Sphere. Let him have it. Megtheridons, Gruuls, Karazhan, Blackwing, Blackwing at phase 8. That they do some freaky stuff with the ZG sets. Yeah, I'm like, this stuff is so cool. I like this server a lot, mashing up all of these together. Kitchens, you're going minus 4,900. Okay, but trust me, dude, there'll probably be a huge payout. I've only spent 1,000 right now. Got your set pieces done? Very nice. Congratulations. How many set pieces are in Nax? Who knows? Who knows if they'll go with the... Actually, you know, it might be data mineable. But, you know, maybe they'll go with the 5-piece, like, Wrath of Lich King Nax version. Maybe they'll go with the 9-piece vanilla version. I haven't looked at the data mine recently to have any idea about that. World Storm Gauntlets, Mail, Girdle of Zatar, Band of Alar. I'm pretty sure they went through all the items that are relevant for me. The Verdant Sphere necklace gives me a good necklace. Got outbid on it. The chest piece got outbid on it. And I don't think anything else good dropped. Do you prefer vanilla or Wrath color Bone Scythe? Oh, vanilla color Bone Scythe for sure. Definitely. Need Hydrall and Black Temple for looks maxing. That would be tier 6 for Rogue Slayer set. Wait, hold on. What's this guy saying? Okay. I wonder if I'm going to get a credit for armor, applying the armor debuff. I think I did a good job. I think I got them all, like, nicely. My chat GPT.
Is this group going to Molten Core after this?
I do not know. I think they only went to Molten Core one time in this time slot, and then they were like, we're tired. All the other times, they were just like, we're tired, we're not doing it.
Oh, okay.
Let's see, what did it say? Is the group for this afternoon set up? Okay, they were just asking about the next raid. For them, it's morning. For me, it's already afternoon. Or evening, really. Let's see. What? I'm gonna look at one other thing. I was gonna pull up the Warcraft logs, see if we can find the Warcraft logs.
Yeah, she said something about they don't do MC anymore. I wasn't sure if she meant like the MC after or just MCs in general.
I think it's because they tried to keep it in a 2-hour time slot, but this is kind of longer.
Gotcha. Works for me.
Let's see, what is our
Oh,
most
well, I
recent?
don't need
Today's
MC.
raid is this one here. Wait, not the PSD guild. We want
See, one of those guys
yeah.
owes like almost 40k.
Alright.
No, 2 people owe 40k.
Damage done. Oh my god, did I get... Oh my god, did the Warriors
never
beat
mind,
me?
the last number
I thought I
is
did
low.
really well, but I kind of didn't. Dang, I thought I did really well, but we got 2 Warriors ahead of me. We'll see. I blame the armor debuff.
Not bad, not bad.
2,588 payout. Nice. So we accomplished our goal. We did accomplish our goal. We got an item and profited gold, but we didn't top the damage meter. I don't think we're getting a damage dealer bonus here. Some expensive caster items. Sextant for 11,000. What was this? Pendant for 9,500. 2588. All right. Nice. What's this? Wait, what is this for? Is this for DPS bonus or is it for armor? It's probably for armor. You do usually get a bonus for doing the armor debuff. Which is basically like a guaranteed, you know, bonus. So like the dream would have been to do the armor debuff and get the damage bonus. But we were not good enough to do that. So we got 2,888 total, spent 1,000, so we're plus 1,888, and we got an item. That's a good raid. That's my favorite kind of raid. Get some bargain bin, cheap as hell items, profit gold, have a good time. No fines? Yeah, I didn't incur any fines either.